At the beginning of the movie, we see a strange scene from 1962, where we are shown a large, comfortable, expensive ship, and on top of which we see many rich people dancing at a party. And at that dance party, there was a little girl named Caddy. But he didn't feel good at the party. He was feeling bored, so he sat in one place and solved word puzzles. After a while, the ship's captain came and started dancing with Katie. Just then, we see a suspicious person on board the ship, and that person turns off the ship's electricity. Because of this, a narrow wire passed through the middle of the ship. As a result, the bodies of all the people there were violently split into two. Only Caddy survived because of her small height. Then Caddy looked at the captain and was shocked because the captain's face was cut in two. Seeing all this, Caddy got scared. Then we are shown a flashback scene in the movie where we see a rescue team in the middle of the ocean who are rescuing a ship stranded in the middle of the ocean. They were paid a good salary for this work. One day, after completing their mission, they were sitting together and partying. Their team consisted of 6 members, one of whom was a woman. Everyone considered the captain of the team, whose name was Epps. Besides them, there were 4 other people in their group who were sitting at a table and chatting. At that moment, a young man named Jack came to their side, and Jack told them that he worked at the Weather Bureau. Jack reveals that he has seen a ship stranded in the middle of the ocean, and that whoever rescues it will own it, but on one condition. Jack must pay 20% of the money found on the ship in return, because Jack told them about the ship. Then, the 6 people in the group discussed the matter, and at first they said they wouldn't do it, but then the group leader said that since they were already doing a lot of work, they would do this too, and whatever they got would be divided among the 6 people. Hearing this, everyone agreed, but the leader said, "I won't give you 20%, I can only give you 10%. Jack agreed to that too, but he put one condition before the group, that he too be taken on the ship with them. The next day, they all went out in search of the ship. But surprisingly, even when they reached the ship's location, they did not see any ships. It seemed as if the ship had disappeared somewhere, but after a while, the ship suddenly came in front of their boat and hit it, but it didn't hurt them at all. This was the ship where everyone died in 1962, including Caddy, which I told you at the beginning of the movie. The group leader tells them that this ship disappeared 40 years ago. Jack and one of their team members stay on the boat while the rest go to the ship. As they board the ship, they see Caddy's word puzzle, where a spirit is welcoming them. It seemed like some invisible force was moving around this ship. The leader tells them to be careful, the ship is weak due to rust. After a while, one of their team members was falling off the ship, but luckily, Epps caught him, and I see Caddy under the ship, who disappears in an instant. Then they picked her up and brought her upstairs, and they thought maybe the girl was just a figment of his imagination. Then they saw a digital clock on the ship, and they were surprised to see it because no digital clock had been made at that time.